Good evening once again, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. This is a Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time that was set aside for us to come together and learn about money matters. Money matters are something that is so crucial and important for all of us. So as always, we come here, we do tackle different subjects, different topics that actually concerns us as a community, as a people, that is really very important to us. So for tonight, we chose a topic that is so dear and near to everybody's heart, which is money management, financial literacy, and money management. Myself speaking, my name is Immaculate Businje. I live in Dallas, Texas. I'm a financial professional. I'm a mother. I'm a proud mother who works for herself. So tonight I will be co-hosting with my dear sister and business partner, Elizabeth. She'll go ahead and introduce herself before we take it on and get started. Elizabeth, take it on.
Thank you so much for introducing me. Like she said, my name is Elizabeth. I am a mother as well. I'm a wife to Eric Nshimie, and I am also a business partner with Immaculate. And I wear so many hats, but like for now, I think that's that's what counts. Oh, that's if you want to know more about me, get to know me. Ask me later. But yes, I'm excited today. And Happy New Year to everyone. It's a new year, new goals. It's exciting to be in this space, trying. I know most of you have new resolutions and you're trying to make things stick. So I figured this is good. January is not gone yet, so we can get started on our financial goals. And with that, I guess I can get started. Let's see. All right. Money management. When we say money management, what do you think, or what do you hear? You know, Money management is the process of budgeting, investing, and planning for your future financial needs. Um, if it's skipping one of those, it's not complete. But you have to be able to budget, save, invest, and plan for your financial needs, current and future. This helps us to make informed decisions to achieve our short-term and long-term financial goals. And as long as you are human and you're living, and especially here, this is crucial. You have to be able to manage your finances. And why is it important? Like I said, in order for you to have security financially, you have to be able to manage your finances, your money, and for you to be independent financially, you don't depend on anyone, to take care of you, the government, your children, planning to have your kids take care of you when you retire. This is a good time to start thinking about all those things. It prevents you from getting into unnecessary debt, it helps you increase your wealth over time and provides financial peace. Who doesn't want financial peace? Knowing that all your finances are taken care of, you don't owe anybody any money. Hallelujah. It's a good place to be. But before we get to that, I know some of you maybe are there, but most of us are not there. We're working towards that. We are working towards being financial freedom. We're working towards being able to give generously because we don't owe anybody any money. So this is where we should start. And how do we start? We start with budgeting. I know budgeting has taken up a bad connotation when you hear budgeting. I know for me, I used to be like, restrictions, But ever since I changed my mindset, I'm more open to following a budget. Because if you think about it as you personally telling your money where to go, it empowers you rather than you thinking about it as something that's restricting you, you know. So budgeting is us literally telling our money where to go. And when we do that, we don't fall into the whole, oh my God, the month is over, where did my money go? You know, if you don't take care of your finances, you could be making six figures, but if you're not disciplined with the budgeting, you could be living like somebody living, making like way less than you would be living way better than you because of their financial management, or like them following their budget and living below their means. So it's important to budget. Making a budget, you can go old school, pen and pencil, and your pencil and book. Pick a book where you write all your income. And all your income means all your income, including your side hustles, and then all your bills. All your bills means all of them. Bills and expenditures. Even a haircut, you gotta plan for that. If you're a man, you get your haircuts. Even if us women who go braiding today, you go to someone, and before you don't even ask them how much they're gonna charge you, and you get there and you end up spending $300 that you didn't budget, and now you're in debt. You're in a financial constraint. You might not be in debt, but like that's $300 you could have put in your savings now that you don't have because you didn't plan. Making a budget is one thing, but also following it. That's the hard part. And that's where we need to pay attention. You can make a budget as much as you want, but if you don't come back and follow your budget and see, oh, I said my dining out expenses will be, I won't spend $200 on dining out, and then you go and spend $400 dining out, your budget is useless because you didn't follow it. But if you follow it to the T, it will make your financial side of life easier. And sometimes you don't follow it to a T, but it gives you a roadmap to say, oh, okay, this time I put, let's say for the electric bill, I put $200, I underestimated it, and now I paid $400. Then you figure out where else to cut so that you can do what? You can balance your budget and not go overspend or go into debt because of certain things. And when you set it, you also budget for emergencies. You put a fund there for your emergencies. Things happen. Also, the one other thing we always forget about is the giving. Giving, I think, if I'm not mistaken, all of us on here are immigrants. Today, you get a phone call from Auntie Maria in Rwanda, and she says, oh, I need some money, whatever the situation is, and you just send money, and Uncle so-and-so calls, and Grandpa so-and-so calls, and you end up spending like easily. It has happened, like $1,000. Just giving here, $20 here, $10 here, $100 here, and it adds up. And that month ends and you're looking at it, you're like, how did I spend $1,000 in SendWave or WorldRemit? How, But it's those little things like, it's just $100, just $50. It all adds up. So making a budget and sticking to the budget, and also evaluating it every month, going back and looking, oh, where did I overspend? Where did I underspend? How can I adjust this? Okay, so I budgeted for this much. I didn't spend that much. That means I have some leftover money. What am I going to do with that money? So if you then that puts us back to the next level of key principles of money management, saving. So if you budgeted for $400 for eating out, and then you only spent $100 for eating out, that gives you an extra, you have $300 extra, which you can throw onto your savings account. Or if you are in debt, you throw that onto your debt payment. Or if you already set up your savings account, you're set for 3 to 6 months, or you've saved up for your long-term goals and short-term needs. Short-term needs are like, oh, if a car breaks down, can I be able to pay for my car to be fixed without charging my credit card? Or you were in a car accident. Can I, did I set up money aside for maybe buying a new car if you didn't get your gap insurance? That's something most people forget about. Putting gap insurance if you have you're financing your car is very important. Insurance, as long as you're not financially secure, every aspect of your life needs to be insured. Your life needs to be insured. Your big purchases need to be insured. If you bought a car, there's that insurance for the car insurance. That is, we all know that, like, it's even illegal to drive without a car insurance. But like, if you have a loan on that car and it gets damaged before you pay it off, that means you owe the bank the money, the balance, and then you still need to buy yourself a new car. So all those little things we forget thinking about are important to be put in a budget, in the savings. When we're thinking about our financial security, we need to put them into plan, because that insurance might be costing you like $10 or $20 a month, but it's gonna save your life, for you to buy a new car, and also paying off a debt of a car that you don't even have anymore. It would have saved you a lot. It could save you a lot if you plan ahead and do that. Or like if you have your things in the house, if you a homeowner, put insurance on the big things. Your furnace, insure it. Your refrigerator, if you need to, like things that if it breaks down right now, do I have money to pay for it? Will I have money to pay for it? If the answer is no, insure it. That way you have a mindset until you get to a financial point where you say, okay, I don't need this insurance anymore because I have enough money to pay for my furnace if it breaks down, my AC if it breaks down. I have enough money to pay for that. Then by all means, don't, because that will save you from getting deeper into debt. The other thing is also investing. There are so many ways of investing. You can do stocks, bonds, and other financial products. Just diversify your risk or your money. They always say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's a good thing to diversify. Debt management, we talked about that already. Try to snowball, like pay off. I like to pay off the things with the biggest interest, but other people like to see some things getting off the plate first. Like if your car has $10,000 left, and maybe you bought a refrigerator you have $3,000 left, and you say, okay, it makes you feel better to pay off the $3,000 so you can see it's gone completely. You can pay off that the refrigerator first, and you feel successful and celebrate that. But then if you are paying let's say $500 on the refrigerator. Now that you have the car left, and if the car note was $1,000 a month, then grab that $300 you are paying on the refrigerator and add it on the $1,000 you're paying on the car. Now you have 1,300 you're throwing on the car, which is making it you pay faster, and that your interest, you won't be able to pay as much interest because now you're paying more on your principal. So yeah, snowballing your debt, and also snowballing your debt and paying high interest things first, saving up your money and investing it. Investing, like, this is where we come in. There's so many, like I said, so many ways of investing money, but of course, my favorite is the IUL, No, I'm not even biased at all. This IUL, Indexed Universal Life, is like a game changer, right? Like I was telling you, you need to insure all aspects of your life, right? An IUL is a type of permanent life insurance that combines life coverage with a cash value component to it. Cash value grows based on a stock market index, offering you potential for higher returns. So you are saving money, you're making your money work for you because it's invested, and you're also covered. Your life is covered in all aspects. If you get sick, if you pass away, if some kind of life happens and you need to borrow from your cash value, you are set. It's like a no-brainer if somebody is really concerned about their financial health. It's something that everybody needs. You pay your premiums into a policy, your money grows, your death benefits accrue, and based on the stocks and the index, like your money keeps growing. Other benefits of your IUL, it's dual purpose, like I said, it's tax deferred. Unlike all these other saving vehicles, you don't have to pay tax on it. Your money grows. It's flexible. They have flexible premiums. Today, like we're talking about budgeting and financing, today you might start out saying, oh, I'm still in debt, deep in debt. I can't afford to get $1 million policy, but I still need to be covered because it's important. You can start out with a smaller policy, $200,000 policy is still better than nothing. And that's $200,000 you didn't have. So you can start out there, and while your finances get better, you do what? You increase, like, okay, now I finished paying, I was paying close to $6,000 in debt because student loans, because, mortgage, because this. Now I have $6,000 left on my account. And if I put it in the bank, it's not going to accrue as much as it would if I put it in an IUL. Increase your IUL. Make more money. If you need to buy something big, you can go back on there and borrow from yourself. You become your own bank, man. Can you imagine? You borrow from yourself, and yeah, it's such a game changer. You save up for your retirement. You can supplement your retirement, your 401ks and all that other stuff that we're talking about. You're protected from market failures, because they have a bottom line they can't go under. Your money is protected. You still make a profit even though like the market is not doing good. What's better than that? And also legacy planning, some of us, you might not have enough money to say that I'm going to leave all my kids different properties, but this is gonna be a startup, for them, wealth growth and transfers. So combining all your financial vehicles and adding this in IUL would be a really great addition to whatever you have going. And if you don't have anything going, this is the best place to start because you're safe. Your money is growing. You control how it goes, like it's tailored to you and your needs of your family. And you can also consult with your professional to help you on how to go about all that, to ensure that you choose the right plan for you and your family. Hey, I hope this year, 2025, will be the year for us to put our finances in order. Maybe hopefully next year we'll come back and give testimonies. You know, I owe $200,000 in debt because of putting plans and following budgets and following advice given to us about IULs and how to grow our money. I'm out of debt, and this is how much I have in my portfolio. So yeah, I pray that this is my prayer, that our generation does better than the generation past, that we don't leave our kids with debt, but we leave them with something so they can say, Grandpa, Grandma so-and-so set us up, you know, or Auntie so-and-so set me up, and here we are. So yes, Sister Immaculée, you can go ahead and expand more about the IULs if there's something I left behind.
All right, you can stop sharing. All right, thank you so much. How nice was that? You know, we always really, I love when they say it's not about how much we make, it's about how much we are able to retain. So many people out there are floating in debt, not because they don't make enough. We float in debt because we're not able to budget. We're not able to plan. When we talk about financial literacy and money matters, that is exactly what we are talking about. We all work hard. Some of us work more than one job. But at the end of the day, you're checking your account if you have enough balance to cover actually your bills. That is not something we should be going through if we're actually, like Beth was talking about, if you're able to budget. We should not be having surprises. No surprise. I'm not able to cover my bill, my water bill. I'm not able to cover my phone bill just because you paid something to somebody else before thinking within, are my bills covered? It's good to be generous. We really love to give, but you give yourself first. Because if you can't pay your water bill, just because you're paying $500 for somebody who is getting married, for a GoFundMe here and there, it is good to be generous and be nice. But think about your budget, your planning. It is very crucial. That is something we can't ignore, because at the end of the day, really, it's going to come back to us, and we have to make sure that that is taken care of. So really, it's not too much that I'm going to talk about, because Beth covered most of it. All right. So it's not much that I'm not going to share so much, because Beth did actually a good service to everything that she talked about. When she talked about actually IUL, she did define everything about it. I'm not going to go back to it. But on the topic of what we're going to discuss, we talked about actually the piece of the living benefits. You can save, you can budget, you can do everything, but don't forget yourself. The IUL, the beauty of IUL, like Beth was talking about, it does actually cover it covers you everything. It covers you everything. So you're able to save, like she was talking about, to invest. The beauty of IUL, it does come with two big components, that the protection, which is your life insurance, and then it does come with actually accumulation. So how does that work? You know, with the beauty of IUL, if you happen to live a long life, let me know, guys, if you can see my screen. Someone who can open the mic and let me know if you see my screen.
Yes,
So,
we can.
Yes.
oh, perfect, perfect. So the IUL, so with all the budgeting, with all the investing, with all the planning, the IUL helps you actually to cover you everywhere. Let me say, if you happen to live a long life, if you live a long life, IUL is actually accumulating money for you to use during retirement. If you happen to get sick along the way, as you can see in the circle, in the orange circle, if you get sick, that is where the living benefits comes in. The beauty of IUL, even the term life insurance that we do offer, they do come with what they call living benefit. What does that mean? You can actually access, that is the part of life insurance within this financial planning. When you plan about, clearing your mortgage, clearing your debts, clearing this and that, are you actually, as the source of everything, insured? Because we tend to think that I have a beautiful home, the American dream home I bought, or the beautiful car that I have, all those beautiful pieces that we get, they're 100% covered. But we forget the source of everything. Like you see that circle, you should be in between, like in the center, because it's you who acquires that home. It's you who acquires that beautiful car. It's you who brought those beautiful kids that you do have. So how are they going to survive if you happen to get sick along the way and you're not able to bring that big check that actually covers your mortgage, covers your beautiful car, puts those kids to school, or puts actually food on the table? That is where the living benefits comes from. So you get sick and you can't go to work, the index universal life, or even the term that we do have, they actually come to your rescue. That is why they say index universal life or any life insurance with the living benefits, it protects your income. How does it protect your income? If you're sick and you can't go to work, it is going to replace your income. If God forbid you happen to die, that is why they put it in red, you die too soon. You have young children, you have a mortgage going, you have everything that was depending on your beautiful check coming home. Guess what? Everything is going to crumble because you go down and you go with your check. So don't forget, you budget well, you save well, you invest well, but make sure that you actually saving yourself, who is the center of everything. So the beauty of living benefits, really, you don't have to die to access your life insurance, because again, it does. Actually, they call it life insurance. You don't have to die for a reason, because if you get sick, it can actually come to your rescue. So the power of it, again, like Beth was saying, on that side, when you die too soon, you have tax-free death benefit. You don't have to die, again, as we said. If you happen to live a long life, I don't know what happened to my cursor for some reason, but you should be able to see that. So if you become ill, you get tax-free, living benefits. If you live a long life, you get tax-free income strategy. You get money. And if you happen to die again, as we were saying, you're able to access everything. So really, we want to give you the chance to ask all the questions. But all of us listening here, I want to leave you with that. That is a community call. GoFundMe is not an insurance. To me, I always say GoFundMe is not an option. Your children do not depend on that. Your home does not depend on that, because you've never put a GoFundMe to pay your mortgage. You've never put up a GoFundMe to feed your family. So don't wait when something bad happens to you to wait for the GoFundMe, to wait for the community, to come to your rescue. You're sick and you can't go to work. Your mortgage is going down. You can't even be able to pay your mortgage. Your kids cannot eat. Are you going to put a GoFundMe for people to come and feed your family? Just because you did not plan, as Beth was telling us, you did not plan, you did not budget. And in budgeting, we budget to buy those homes, those cars. Put your life insurance first. Because guess what, people? We all buy those beautiful stuff, but we can never buy a car and drive it even a single day without insurance. We are scared my car is going to crash. But guess what? That car, that beautiful car you drive, will never crash without you sitting in it. You know, think about that. That car will never crash itself unless there is a storm and it's parked outside. But most of the time, we crash our cars while we're driving them. And we forget those beautiful cars we drive, they come with spare parts. We don't have spare parts. So think about that. That is a community call. Every person, be young, be old, be a mother, a father, or just a single person, you need to cover yourself. Don't become a liability for someone else when actually tragedy comes to your end. You get sick. We never know when anybody can get sick. So think about it. We are going to open. I see Ivan raising his hand. We're going to open up the mic. You can actually even write in the chat if you want to do that. We are always here to discuss together, to learn together. We are professionals, yes, but we do know, but together we can actually put up something really good. We can improve ourselves and our lives if we come together and learn together as a community. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, and then we'll go ahead and open the mic. Ivan, you can actually go ahead and open your, unmute yourself and ask what you want to ask. So everybody's, the mic is open, raise your hand, and then we'll give you a chance to ask or actually add something. Ivan, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, Immaculate and Beth. Can you hear me, everyone? All right.
Yes, we can.
Well, thank you. Beth, thank you for the great presentation you gave us. It was very clear, and it made my mind to like wander around, and I asked myself a few questions, and one of it was when you talked about borrowing from the savings. I don't know if you meant borrowing from the IUL or borrowing from, like, you use it as a general term. So I'd like you to shed more light on that. If there is a possibility of borrowing from the IUL, you can let us know how it can be done. That is my first question, and hopefully I can get a chance to ask other questions. Thank you.
You can actually ask that, Ivan, so we can answer those together.
Okay. Another question that I have is, I wrote it down somewhere. Hold on just a second. Yeah, I would like to ask the question, how are withdrawals and loans from the cash value taxed? If, let's say, you want to withdraw some cash from the IUL, how is it taxed?
Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you. And one more question was, what tax advantages does the IUL policy offer? Thank you. That's the last one.
Take the first one. Okay, Ivan. So I believe what Beth meant, borrowing from your Indexed Universal Life. Remember, the Indexed Universal Life has two components. It has the protection, which is your life insurance, and then the other side is the cash accumulation. Your cash accumulation, the IUL, has two components. It has the cash value that you start actually accumulating year one, and then it has another part that is called the cash surrender. So people who tell you anything about IUL and how much money you can take out, you can always take out what you have in your cash surrender, the surrender value. They call it that name because that is what you're able to take out from it. So every time you have your money in a cash surrender, or if you have accumulated enough cash, remember, if you're paying like $500, $200 most likely are going towards the cost of your insurance, which is your life insurance. Let's say you took $1 million policy and you're paying $500. $200 is going to go towards the cost of insurance because like any other insurance, when we get it, we pay for it. And then the $300 is going to go towards your cash accumulation. I love this product so well that, imagine owning a bank. inside your own account. It's like you having a bank inside your life insurance. So you're killing so many birds with one stone. When you get sick, you're covered. When you die, you're covered. When you live a long life, even when you need some cash for a rainy day, you're able to pull out cash. So you actually, it looks like all your questions actually are almost the same. You said when you withdraw from your index universal life, how is it taxed? So again, if you have an index account, know how to take out your money. They have what they call you borrow from it or you withdraw from it. Remember, index universal life earns interest by compounding. They call that compounding indexing, meaning that your money earns interest on the principal and on the interest. So we advise our people, when you borrow money from your index account, that is from your cash surrender, don't just actually withdraw. When you withdraw your money, it's like you have 10,000 from your account, you take it out, it's gone. So they're going to charge you 5% out of that. But if you borrow from your index account, how they're going to do it, you're going to be charged 5% to withdraw, to actually borrow that, but you're earning possibly 10%. They usually call that a wash loan, because if your actual index is earning more than 10 and you're only being taxed 5%, guess what? If it is 10, you gave 10, you gave 5%, you're getting 10. You're not actually paying anything. You're paying 10, you're getting 10, so you're getting more 5 out of the money you took out. And remember, the money you borrow from your cash surrender or your index universal life, you're not required to actually pay it back. That is your money. That is your savings. So you take it out. And the beauty of that, when you actually borrow from it, when you don't withdraw, but you borrow, even the money, let me say you took out $10,000, even that $10,000 that you took out, it is still actually earning a compounding interest. Can you imagine that? You took out the money, you paid 5%, you're earning 10 or 8 or even 7. 2% is a lot, because most of our savings account, they don't even give you 1%. They give you 0.01, 0.02. So now you're earning 2% or 3% on top of the money you took out, plus that money is actually still compounding, earning the compounding interest. It can never actually get better. And then the last one was the tax advantage of index universal life. The tax advantage is like the previous actually slide I put in there. When you get sick, your living benefit money is not taxed. So let me say your living benefits, or if someone dies, you have $1 million policy in there. When you get it today, you get approved tomorrow. God forbid next month someone dies. You paid only one premium. You're going to get $1 million policy tax-free. So you're not taxed on that. Remember how we usually compare the difference between IUL and 401k? IUL, the money you put in is already taxed. Remember that. It's coming from your savings account or checking account after tax. So that is why when you get your money out, your money is not going to be taxed, because everything that you put in was already taxed. So put your money where you're not going to be paying Uncle Sam everything that you earn, because that is your money. You have the right to keep everything. Thank you, Ivan. I hope everything was answered on that part.
To add on that point, with that, you don't even have to go to probate court. Everything else, all your other investments, when you die, your beneficiaries have to go to probate court to, and then they first take off money you owed. If you have debts other places, they first wait to see if anybody else is going to come back and say, hey, Elizabeth owed me money. And then your people now have to wait. And then they have to also hire a lawyer who's going to take another big chunk off of their money that was supposed to help them during this grieving time. So when you put it all here, that's the best way to go. You avoid all those other issues that come with investing in other places. And plus, you don't have to wait till you retire to take your money out.
Wow, that is
Thank
not,
you, ladies. That was very interesting.
it can never
That
get.
is that's the part I was looking for. So thank you so much for shedding a light on me.
Actually, Ivan, your question raises a lot of good actually answers to that. In addition to the probate actually what Elizabeth was talking about, imagine for people who take in a juvenile index for their children. You know, you're saving your child, you know, it doesn't matter, it can be 6 months or 6 weeks. You take in an index universal life for your child. You're saving money for college. Remember, people who do actually take in 529, those are college funds. Actually, those ones are considered as income for the parent. If your child is going to college, they are going to consider that income, the 529 or the college account, the college savings account you put in is considered as income, meaning that it's going to affect your child's financial aid. If you take on, actually, you save money under index universal life for your child. When they go to college, that is not even considered when they're applying for financial aid. So think about it. Most of us have young children. We're planning to save them for their money. The only thing we know is the traditional one, 529. You put money in the bank, they tell you, oh, save, this is a college fund for your child. Remember, that money that you put down for your child can only go to child A. And that money can only go to that child if that child is only going to college. It is not transferable. With Index Universal Life, if I have 2 children, I put in for child A. Child A is lucky enough to get a scholarship. That money can be moved to child B. Or if both are lucky to get a scholarship, that money can be used to buy their first home, to buy their first car, to jumpstart them in life. So yes, IUL is actually the best way to go for sure. All right, the mic is still open. You can write in the chat, you know, go back into budgeting or IUL. So whichever you want to ask, Lily, the mic is open.
Question?
Yes, sir.
I had some curiosity about, let's say right now I'm have a policy and I'm locked into the amount of premium that I have to pay every month. Is there a possibility that, let's say in the future, if I earn more money, can I increase my premium?
That is the beauty of IUL. So the way IULs are built, they're very flexible. So that is why Beth was telling you, nobody should ever tell you that you have to own from the beginning $1 million policy, or you have to pay $1,000 to have $1 million. No. So normally when we do actually try to help people actually get onto those products, we do needs analysis. So if you plan to start off, maybe you want to pay $200 because maybe you have young children, maybe you're still paying other debts like Beth was telling you, you're following your budget. Go ahead and do that. After 1 year or 2 years, you can actually increase it. You can increase it as many times as you want. It is as flexible as it can be. You can reduce, you can increase, you can do anything you want with an IUL. Very, very flexible. And user-friendly, by the way. You have your account, like the same way you have your online bank account. You can actually go in and request any change you want on your account on your cell phone.
It's very important to know.
Thank you. All right, so it looks like maybe, Beth, it looks like you did a fantastic job. Everybody learned very well. So we're all going to go ahead and practice that. I know maybe most of us, maybe some of us are doing it or some of us are not, and we're learning something new from here. I loved something actually Beth did mention about the gap insurance that people forget. We get into crashes and we find that we're owing money from the car note. If that is actually, maybe, you know, Beth, if you can explore more on that one. Gap insurance is the insurance you pay in that if you have a car note, maybe you paid 20,000, your car was 40, you owe 20,000 on the car, on your car. If your car crashes tomorrow, that gap insurance, you might be paying only $20. But if your car crashes, your car insurance is going to cover the balance from the bank. So at least if you get 30, you're losing 10, but not everything. So that was actually very beautiful for report, Beth. So we all need to remember, because the insurance company is now going to remind you to do that. Because if they are lucky, you're going to forget, and then when you have a crash, you're losing everything. So they will never remind you that. There are some things they will never remind us, but that is why we come here to learn together as a community. We remind each other of things that we might not remember, we might not think they're important, but when we learn together as a community, we tend to actually really flourish together.
Hey,
All right. Yes,
did
sir.
you, what is that called? GAP?
Gap insurance. That pays the difference between, what you owe on your car note. I know. Yeah. It is tough. They never tell us those little details.
They can't tell us because it's never in their interest. The more money they make off of you, the happier they are.
Yeah. So I see you can read in the chat, Mr. Shimie. Eric, you just put that what it is. It says GAP is an optional product that is intended to cover the difference between the amount you owe on your auto loan and the amount insurance company pays if your car is stolen or totaled. Yeah. So it is optional. That is why they never tell you that. But as you can see, people buy cars and they crash just next month. So you lose. So the moment you take your car out of the lot from the dealership, it loses more than like 10%, 20%. So even if you crash tomorrow when you took it, you're not gonna get everything that you put down. So yeah, I think that could help a lot of people.
I think something that can also be noted when it comes to car insurance is that sometimes when they give you a quote, ask for details, because there's time where they give you some quote and you see, oh, it's this is a low rate, so I can afford it. But when you look on the fine prints, is that they don't cover much. And I'm a person that now have learned from mistake that when you don't ask for details, you're left with the bag. So do ask for details, and never get a coverage that doesn't cover at least 20K. Because when it comes to accident, it can be detrimental in life cost.
Thank you, Sam. That is very important as well. Yeah. The good thing is, in our communities, we do have professionals in areas. I think with our financial literacy and money matters, we need to hear from different professionals, because this helps us really. If we have someone who is into, those kind of professionals, it is always good to come out and educate our people as well, because we learn together and it does help a lot.
Yes, and to add on what he said, not just with the insurance, also with your loan. Last time I was trying to help someone figure out doing a presentation like this about money management, and this person did not know how much his interest was. He went on the we have sharks even in our communities. You don't have good credit, they're gonna take advantage of you. So he had taken out, I think, 5,000, and they were telling him to pay $50 a month, and his interest was 28%. He had not read the fine print, and by this time he had gotten into a car crash, and he was paying, his insurance had gone way, way, way up. And I'm like, did you know your interest was 28%? When are you ever gonna finish paying this? They're telling you you can pay $50, and the only thing he concentrated on was the $50 a month. I can afford that, but he doesn't know that he will never, by the time he finishes paying that car off, he will need another car. Like, would have paid for 3 cars, you know. So it's also important to read the fine print and know how much you're spending in interest. And even if they tell you $50 and you already have extra money, put more money on it so you can decrease the time and the interest that you would have spent on it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's the little things that really matter for us, you know. With even those credit cards, I've talked to so many people. The moment you open your bank account, oh, these banks want to take those credit cards. And sometimes one time I was like really shocked when someone I was talking to, she was like, hey, these people, they're trying to steal from me. Because she took a credit card. She used like $1,000 on it. She paid it, and her paying the $1,000 on the credit card, she thought she had actually that money for her to use. She started using $1,000 thinking that she's using her money. You know, they give you that credit card, they will never tell you exactly how it's used. Those fine prints, like Beth was saying, we don't even read. You know, if you don't know, ask someone at least. Go with someone to, check on the credit cards you're taking. If they're high interest, they could be because you're trying to build your credit, but make sure you're paying it. Don't overspend on that and then you're not able to pay. That is when that 28% is going to come. If you have 29, and some people even have more than 28 on even credit cards, but that can be avoided. You can use the credit cards forever without paying a penny if you're able to pay on time. But do we remember that? We get comfortable. We keep spending because we don't budget again. We feel like it's easy to pay back, but when the debt actually accumulates, it becomes out of your hand. You can't even go back and pay everything. So it's the little things that matters. Let's go back to the basics again, budget and plan. We can spend less that we can be able to pay, or if you can't afford to buy something and it's not really necessary. When I mean necessary, I mean like, can I survive without that? If I can survive without that, why should I actually use a credit card on that? If it's food and I have to eat, yes, I'll have to use a swipe a credit card. But should I buy a shoe with a credit card? Is that necessary? I think not, We just have to think about before the things we use here. There are so many good things we think is good. They are good, but at the end they become actually push us back into debts.
I just want to make a mention real quick on the credit card. There's nothing that they do is let's say you have a $5,000 credit card and you're always maxing it out to 5,000. You're not going above, but you're maxing it out and just paying the minimum. What these companies do, or they can do, is they can decide that now they have lowered your limit to $2,000, and so you're $3,000 over the limit. And so that 3,000 that's over, they can hit you with an interest rate of 45% or whatever crazy number, and you have to fight paying that 3,000 down while being over the limit. That also takes hits on your credit history. So make sure you're not maxing them out, and if you are, make sure you pay it off before the month ends, because yeah, they do that. They play that game as well. Yep.
Thank you for that. Well, this is a great time for us. People, if you can, every evening, every Thursday, 8 p.m., these are the kind of important topics we do discuss, because everything that matters to us and as a community, we come and learn together. Imagine all the wealth of information you're getting from everyone. Some things you pick, you feel like you know much, but when you come to platforms like this, you find that there are so many things you didn't know. So let us invite our friends, our families, our co-workers to these kind of discussions. We always learn a thing or two. So let us keep it up and keep learning together. This is a great country. We can flourish in it, but we can flourish if we know how actually the money works here in this country. America is a great country. We can actually live the American dream if we know how actually their money works. So we need to learn more about that all the time. We don't want to really, close before now asking again if anybody has something else to add. As we can see, we're learning from everyone. So every point adds up, every, advice adds to everyone. So let's keep sharing, Let's see if nobody else has something, we'll go ahead and close it by thanking you once again for tuning in again tonight, for learning with us, for sharing with us. That is how we grow as a community. A community is not just one person. They always say, no man is an island for a reason. By yourself, it can be tough. I can see Mr. Ivan is raising his hand again. Go ahead, Mr. Ivan.
Yes. Thank you so much, Michael. Well, as we are wrapping up the presentation, just curiously, I thought of something. For anyone who would like to subscribe to the policy right now, what rate does it have? Like, because some people may miss out on an opportunity, and the interest from last year could have gone up or low. So do you have any idea how it is right now for indexes?
Oh, the index
for
account?
anyone. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, the interest now, right now, it changes every day. But the last time I checked, like 2 days ago, it was 7.22, you know, that was the interest.
Okay.
That is,
Thank
when you check on your savings account, you're not even going to get 0.22. You're going to get 0.01. So we're getting, 7.22, so which is good.
Thank you.
And it goes actually, those are not, as the index, as you can know, when you get your policy today, your index, your interests are not going to be stuck there. So your interest changes with the market. If today you went in and it was 7.22, tomorrow is 15, your actual account moves with it. You don't get stuck there. All right. Someone else wanted to add something? Beth, you can go ahead actually and do your final remarks. We don't want to keep people so late. It's already 9:11. We want to respect your time so that next time you feel comfortable coming back to us and bring new ideas as we share always on Thursday evening. Beth, the floor is yours.
No, I just
Hey,
wanted
can I just ask one thing?
Sure.
So I came late and it looks like you guys recorded. Is there where to get the video?
It is going to be available for everyone. We'll share it. You can share with your friends. It's open to everyone to actually share.
Listen, thank you.
Go ahead, Beth.
I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who made time. And yeah, if you need anything, let us know. You need to learn more about it. If you want to be part of the team, or if you want to get yourself a policy, we are here. Have a good night.
Yes, thank you once again. This was a great evening learning together. Again, if someone invited you, we know this time is not always enough, but always someone who comes in, they have someone who invited them. So go back to someone who invited you if you want to learn more. If it's about budgeting that Beth was showing us, if it's about planning, if it's about life insurance, we are here to help. We are here to learn together, to learn with you. There's nothing written in stones. We come with you, we sit with your family, we do a needs analysis, we see what you need. There's no such a thing as a high or low life insurance. You take what your family needs. Again, on the flyers, you had my number, Elizabeth's number, or even someone else who invited you. So let us go back and save and actually save, budget, plan for our families. Our families rely on us. We can never rely on GoFundMe because, again, as they say in our language, sometimes you might wait, and that actually GoFundMe does not help and has never helped. Good night, everyone. Again, tune in next Thursday on 8 p.m. Central Time, and we'll be sharing the recording for everyone to be able to go back and listen. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Have a good night.
Good night.